Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true.
Man seen in viral video intimidating passengers in protest charged. Police say the man seen in the viral video harassing and intimidating passengers in a taxi in downtown Kingston during Monday's strike has been charged. 32-year-old Ramon Silveiro of Kellyman Terrace, Kingston 11, is charged with assault at common law, disorderly conduct, and indecent language. He is scheduled to appear before the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court on January 12 next year. JUTC says passengers injured, buses damaged in protest. The Jamaica Urban Transit Company JUTC is reporting that several passengers were injured and 2 buses damaged in separate incidents on Monday when taxi drivers and other transport operators staged protests across the country to press their demand for a traffic ticket amnesty. Corporate Communications Manager at the JUTC, Cecil Toms, said at approximately 3:20 p.m., a Route 97 bus which plans the downtown Kingston to Bull Bay Road was traveling along the intersection to Windward Road and South Camp Road when passengers began shouting that they were having difficulty breathing. Toms explained that there was an altercation between students, one of whom dispensed pepper spray inside the bus. The driver reportedly opened the front door to get passengers out of the unit, while other passengers reportedly broke the side glass of the unit, both right and left, in a bid to exit the bus. It is understood that police personnel who were passing by observed what was happening and provided assistance. The student who released the pepper spray was pointed out and was taken into police custody, Tom said. He outlined that in the second incident, a stone was hurled inside a bus traveling from Halfway Tree to Spanish Town on Route 32B in the vicinity of Eastwood Park Road and Courtney Watts Drive around 7:40 p.m. One passenger was injured, but his wounds are not considered life-threatening. The bus was intercepted by the police along Waterloo Boulevard, Marverley, and a male passenger was taken to hospital, Tom shared. The JUTC is encouraging persons who filmed the 2 incidents and anyone else who may have information to provide same to the police to help in their investigations. They are also pleading with those who seek to perpetrate violence, the hoodlums who engage in this reckless practice of throwing stones on our bus, to stop it. Such actions only severely diminish the service we provide to the traveling public and endanger their lives, Toms remarked. Westmoreland burn victim optimistic after 17 surgeries but needs prosthesis. Despite needing a lower leg prosthesis and several skin graft treatments, Adriana Leng, the 13-year-old Westmoreland native who suffered severe burns in a house fire that claimed the lives of her 3 younger brothers in September, is doing well and is in high spirits. Dr. Hassan, the president of the Augusta, Georgia-based Joseph M. Steele Burn Center, and the head of the medical team that performed Adriana's 17 surgeries, gave the update yesterday in a press conference in a Zoom platform. When she came, we started working right away, and we all worked together. We had several surgeons and 3 pediatric persons, and Adriana went through a total of 17 surgeries, including skin grafting, Hassan explained. Even though Adriana lost her leg below the knee and some fingers and the right hand, I think she is going to be fully functional. Meanwhile, Adriana's father, Adrian Leng, told the briefing that his daughter is steadily improving and voiced gratitude to all the parties that made her treatments possible. The teenager's medical care was sponsored by the Sanmere Foundation in partnership with the Jamaican diaspora, the government, and other interested groups. Adriana is the sole survivor of the fire, which occurred at her house in Springfield, Westmoreland on September 4, one day before the start of the 2022-2023 school year. Her brothers, 8-year-old Adriana Leng and 7-year-old twin, Jaden and Jordan Leng, died in the fire. According to reports, the fire started with a candle that was lit in the house due to electrical outage in the area. A GoFundMe account has been started to provide further assistance to Adriana as she recovers. Parchment Brown completes term as political ombudsman. Political ombudsman Donna Parchment Brown has announced yesterday as her last day in office. In a letter to the media yesterday afternoon, she noted that her appointment expires on November 15, 2022. Thank you to everyone who in any way assisted me in carrying out my duties, Parchment Brown said. Parchment Brown took office on November 16, 2015. She was appointed to the office after many years as dispute resolution specialist and attorney. She earned national recognition for her work in dispute resolution and is the holder of the Order of Distinction, Commander Class. Lawyer charged with fraud for alleged non-payment of over 100 Jamaican million in property sale. Attorney at law Maurice McCurdy had been charged with fraudulent conversion over the alleged non-payment of more than 100 million Jamaican dollars in the sale of commercial property for a client in St. James. He was charged by the fraud squad on Monday and granted station bail in the sum of 2 million Jamaican dollars, the police stated. He is scheduled to make his first court appearance on January 19, 2023. The allegations surrounding the state of the property for US $5.5 million McCurdy held carriage of sale. The client complained that after the sale went through earlier this year, the sum of more than US $800,000, 120 million Jamaican dollars, remained outstanding, the police said. A report was made to law enforcement, resulting in the investigation. McCurdy is a St. James-based lawyer. No throat to NWC strike rumors, utility company says. The National Water Commission (NWC) is denying rumors being circulated on social media of a strike at the company. It said the claim is entirely mischievous, as there is absolutely no truth to the declaration. The NWC said members of the public should ignore the claim. Additionally, members of the public should be aware that there are persons who, based on their misguided or selfish agenda, may have an interest in spreading wide and unfounded assertions, which can only cause panic or undue alert in the society, it continued in the release stated late Tuesday. It added that persons should trust information only if it is from the NWC or from reputable sources including established media. Another gun handed over to police.
On Friday, November 11, 2022, at approximately 4:15 p.m., an individual came to the Montego Bay police station and handed over to us a plastic bag containing a Smith & Wesson firearm and 40.38 live rounds. This weapon was handed over under the gun amnesty that is currently in place. The St. James Police were happy for this gesture, and we continue to encourage members of the public to hand over any illegal weapon that they may come in contact with, whether it is that it was found, whether it is that they had it in their possession.
PSOJ supports declaration of states of emergency across several parishes. The private sector organization of Jamaica, PSOJ, has expressed support for the declaration of the states of emergency in response to crime wave across the island. The imposition of the SOEs followed a 6% hike in murders as at November 13. George Overton, chairman of the PSOJ's Standing Committee on National Security and Justice, believes the security measure is warranted to suppress the number of homicides and shootings. I think it's going to bring a balance because I believe that the fear that exists within these communities will have an equal impact as the imposition of the state of emergency. I think even so, maybe the states of emergency will have improved movement within those communities because people feel safer in moving around, Mr. Overton reasoned. He has repeated the PSOJ's call for greater collaboration between the government and the parliamentary opposition on matters of national security. I believe that the opposition's position is clear. Based on the court ruling of a previous state of emergency, they have stood their ground on their position. What I believe has been missing is a dialogue between the opposition and the government to try and arrive at an agreement on a way forward in dealing with this level of crime and violence, he pointed out.
Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell.